Hi, folks. This is Dr. Don. It's 7 o'clock on Monday evening, and I want to spend a little bit of time and talk about AI, specifically when you're working on Excelsior courses. I've had some conversations with students recently, and one of the things they expressed to me was that they've been instilled with a fear of using AI in Excelsior courses. And I can understand that. Um, Excelsior, like a lot of schools, is a little bit behind, or perhaps a lot behind, in coming up with effective policies for students and faculty and when and how it's okay to use AI. For right now, the main thing that the school has published is what I call a negative policy, don't do it policy. I had a conference with a student today, and I asked her, because I'd been showing students how to use AI to help on some problems. She said, I'm scared to death to use AI. I'm scared I'm going to be called out for cheating, and I don't want to do that. And she says, I'm not getting guidance from the school other than don't do it. Excelsior has a number of AI committees, like a lot of colleges have. And one of the committees has created this Gen AI Hub, which I think is available to anyone, just home.excelsior.edu.hub. And there's some good information there. And I'm going to show you what the current state of the academic policies, the only thing I can find, and then that this group, which I'm a member of, has found. This is the current academic integrity policy. And they've highlighted the places that it mentions AI. And it says here, this first part is in the preamble, no student shall engage in activities related to academic dishonesty, included but not limited to cheating, plagiarism, submitting work that is not one's original content, submitting assignments generated by AI, artificial intelligence platforms, unless explicitly allowed in the assignment's directions. Now, most of the courses at Excelsior have not been updated to accommodate AI, so you're not going to see guidance like that. Next reference down here, definitions, plagiarism, using artificial intelligence in lieu of one's own writing, just writing. Doesn't mention coding, doesn't mention research, but again it says unless explicitly allowed in the assignment directions. And you scroll on down to this policy, scroll on down, the next mention is these teachable moments. And what they're telling us to do, instructors, that if a student is using AI, the first time we'll use this as a teachable moment. And that's just a minor little slap on the wrist. But it says the first time use of AI to generate work unless explicitly allowed in the assignment's directions. And that's that catch-22 again. Essentially, none of our courses have been updated, maybe a few, to actually address this. And then again, type 1 instance, repeated use of AI. And then finally down here, multiple as a type 3 incidence. We're not going to get into that, okay, in this course, because I am fortunate enough that we're going to be able to let you use AI in certain instances in this course, okay? I'm going to go to the lab manual. This is lab 6, hypothesis test means, and let's go on over here. We've got rehearse 1, which is the same as usual, rehearse 2, same as usual. But when we get to the remix, this is the new lab manual page. And you can see down here that it specifically says now, use of generative AI tools is limited. And it explains you can use the AI tool primarily to getting help in debugging, fixing errors, or explaining code. We've said over and over again, the intent of this course is not to teach you how to code. You need to learn how to use a tool. In this case, it does use coding. We want to learn a little bit about programming, the logic of step 1, step 2, step 3. But we're not trying to make you programmers. But we say you may not use it to create entire code blocks. You can't go into the AI and say, here's my question, write me something new to answer this. You can't use it to come up with a conclusion. That's something we want you to do. That's part of this productive struggle. You've got to understand what's going on and write these conclusions. And again, any of the reflection questions, those are again your thought process. Don't use the AI to write that for you. And anytime you do use the AI, cite it. Give you a link right there that shows a simple way to cite it. And there again, we just want you to get in the habit of letting people know what's going on. So I hope this helps a bit. I will post a little bit more about what we're doing in Lab 6, but just know limited use of AI, primarily to help you bugging, and I've released some little videos on how to do that and also some blog posts, but it is now in the instructions, and it will be in the instructions for the assignments module 7 and module 8, just like this. And a matter of fact, we just revised module 5 to include the same allowance of the limited use of AI. So I hope this helps, and I hope you will get out there and play with AI, follow the rules, but learn how to use these tools. Unless there's a big AI bubble and the whole thing blows up, you're going to have to know how to use AI in your jobs going forward. So let's start now. Hope this helps.